Some people are into shoes, some people are into hair. I'm just into taking care of my nails and basically the caring for my hands, my nails, and express my feminine side, you know. Please hold on.
When I come to citizen, I change my name is Sandy. So when I do for the customer, so they easy call my name. But my real name is Ken.
My name Han. People call me Angelis.
My name is Heidi Huang. My name Hop. People call me Anne.
My name is Thảo. People call me as Sophia. My name is Hong. I work at Jerusalem Nail Salon.
My name is Jennifer Ngọc Walker. I work at the Sunset Nail.
My name is Van Nguyễn. I am owner of New York Nail.
Have you been doing many of those?
You have a lot of people like it.
Em cũng thấy thoải mái chị, thoải mái nhưng mà giống như nhiều khi mình cũng run, nhưng mà những cái gì mình biết mình sẽ nói hết lòng. Mình biết tới đâu mình nói tới đó. Mấy chị cứ phỏng vấn, không có sao đâu. Cái nào mà cũng hơi run, run chứ. Hi, may I have you? Dạ, ok, you can sit please. Có lần đầu tiên mà mở ra đó, ngày mà khai trương á, có 2 người khác thôi. Mở ra 10 giờ sáng tới 10 giờ tối làm được 2 cái manicure. Dạ, rồi lúc đó sợ lắm chị ơi, không ăn được luôn. Dạ, mình
Are you okay? Are you want to shop more?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
what's your name?
What's the name?
Yeah, my name Van. Yeah.
Oh, Olga.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. That's first time I come here.
Oh, the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm lucky.
And that's because I saw my friend nails.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Oh,
It's
thank you. Yeah.
beautiful and hard.
Oh. She showed you that
Yeah.
the nail. Yeah, you like it, right?
Yes.
Today, you come here, you can try.
Yeah.
Like it, next time you come back.
Yeah.
Dạ, cái này là cái mờ chị, để cho nó chắc á. Nó mix với cái bột của chị nó mới ăn nó móng được. Thôi nó hở thì cái này con nít mà nó mở ra cái là chết á, nó trúng lên da mình đó, mơn liền, tức là nó phỏng á chị. Đưa bữa em làm bột gì nè mà nó hửi cái mùi này nè, đi quỵt đó. Ôi trời ơi, nó đưa từ dưới bao tử nó đưa lên chị ơi, không sợ vào. Mình ho mình sợ khách người ta ngại đó nên là không được. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have a good day. Yeah, see you soon.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine. You wanna queen?
No, just waiting for her to get it.
Okay.
Your hair looks nice.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Hi, Mama. How are you? You going right?
where I go. This is my nail shop. They do a great job. And then the staff is nice, you know. Everybody's nice and kind.
Oh, I've been coming here for a long time.
2 years.
Huh?
I remember 2 years.
Maybe 2 years.
2 years. 2 years.
I've been coming here for close to a year now. Yeah, I believe close to a year. And I don't go nowhere else.
Tại vì hồi xưa em ở Quang Trung á, ở Sài Gòn nhưng mà Quang Trung chạy lính ở Quang Trung. Dạ, tại ba em là sĩ quan. Sau giải phóng thì ba em đi cải tạo, rồi em đi vượt biên rồi bị bắt ở ngoài Côn Đảo tùm lum la. Ông đi vượt biên ra ngoài xong bị sóng đánh, sao lại chui vô Côn Đảo rồi bắt ở đó cả nhà luôn. Sau này mới đi HO.
I tell you, I give you $8.
Pedicure 14 $. 14? Yeah, 14 less 21 and 35 together. You want pay now?
When you get your nails filled, you get a free airbrush, so that kind of like drew my attention too. But yeah, I like the time. I like their personalities. They're very, very nice, very kind, and mild manner, because you know what? They get some people in here that are off the chain and they still just be who they are, very, very nice and hospitable. So I like that. Zero over 7 days a week?
Yeah. 7 days a week. The weekday we work Monday to Friday, Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
10 to 7. But always go home 9 or 10 o'clock.
Long days.
He say close 7, but somebody come late.
Yeah.
I have the healthy, you know. Yeah. Chứ giờ mình hỏi chị chứ nếu mà mình không có sức khỏe hay mình không chen được cái nghề khác không được, không có dễ dàng. Thứ nhất là mình không có bằng cấp, chị biết không? Rồi giờ bỏ ra không biết làm cái gì hết. Mà ở đây 7-8 năm rồi, chị biết không? Giống như mình quen rồi, giống như cái nhà của mình vậy đó. Chị biết không, nhiều khi tụi em có nấu được nồi cơm, ví dụ đó, ở đây đâu có cần gì phải ấy đâu, nấu nồi cơm làm chút xíu đồ ăn, rồi ăn đây, rồi có cái không ngủ đây thôi, rồi mình đi về nhà mình ngủ, mình cứ sáng tới đây rồi tối về, chị biết không, hàng chi đông ra nó thân thiết lắm.
Là mệt mỏi xong mình cũng muốn nghỉ chứ không, rồi thôi lại nghỉ ngày tiếp này. Dạ em mắc cỡ chứ. Dạ nhưng mà nhiều khi mình nghĩ mình mắc cỡ, nhiều khi ví dụ đi bạn bè thân thì khác, chị biết không, còn khi người lạ không thấy ngại chút. Chị biết sao không, mình không có bạn nhiều á, chị biết không đó, mình đây chỉ công việc đi làm vòng vòng thôi.
Yeah, it's just, the sensation you feel. You feel like you've accomplished something within yourself,
It just makes me, feel better. I mean, that whole song, I enjoy being a girl.
Women come to get pampered. They want to be treated like a queen for the day. So, it's one of the reasons why I love to get my nails and get my feet done. Never show my feet at work, but it feels good. You get home, you take off your uniform or whatever. You see your pretty nails.
Keeping your nails and feet done is all a part of being a woman. Want to take care of yourself, want to look good.
I feel like it's kind of manly when I don't have a big nail, so that's why I like it.
It just brings out the woman in me. It's like an expression of who I am, actually. Because people say, how do you work with those nails so long? And, you know, I've just been having them for so long, for so long till I'm used to them. And I tried to get them cut down shorter, but that didn't work well with me.
I used to go baby, but I didn't like the way she was anymore. And then I went there, I didn't like it there, then I came. I used to go there in Geneva too. They may do a good job other places, but I don't like the way they treat me. I like to be treated right, the way I deserve. And I do pedicure and manicure too because I work hard, I do things for others, even I get paid, and I believe that I should get something done for me too from somebody else.
Blue and pink. Who did it, mommy or daddy?
Daddy made a heart.
Oh.
And Mama made pink.
Oh, I knew it. I told him when you was in their belly that you was gonna have your nails done. I knew it.
Today my sister, she busy.
That's your sister's baby?
Yeah, my daughter.
That's your daughter?
Really? Yeah, my sister today she busy. Yeah, she off.
Oh.
Long time ago, I don't bring her come here, you know. Yeah, she told me she liked it.
She do? Yeah. Y'all want to go to work with your mama?
She's small.
Yeah, because she don't want to breathe that stuff all the time. That's not good. Especially for little babies. I wouldn't dare bring my baby here because of the smell. Yeah.
Sometimes she come here 1 hour, 2 hours.
You like coming to work with mama?
No. I want to stay here and watch.
You do? Oh, darling. You're so sweet. Well, yeah, you want to watch. It's okay. She's adorable.
That's why tại sao mình không cho con mình cái nghề này, không phải là cái hóa chất á, như mình soi ở Việt Nam thì mình nghĩ ở Việt Nam nó giống như là nhiều cái ô nhiễm, nhưng mà ở đây cái này nó cũng không phải là nó cũng độc hại, chị biết không? Người ta giống như acetone hay cái gì cũng vậy, nó cũng có cái mà gọi là giống như là mình hóa chất mà để mà nói cho mình biết là cái đó là tính độc hại cỡ nào. Hèn chi mình cũng không phải như vậy là mình đã cái nghề này là mình phải chọn. Nhưng mà mình không muốn con mình, tại vì mình biết cái đó là không tốt, tại ảnh hưởng nhiều lắm.
For years, there have been 3 hazardous chemicals that have been standard ingredients of nail polish: dibutyl phthalate, formaldehyde, and toluene. They are collectively known as the toxic trio and have been associated with cancer, birth defects, asthma, and other chronic diseases.
Really quickly, formaldehyde, it's used as a preservative and an antibacterial agent, and it's a known carcinogen. And we know that repeated exposure to it at low levels can also cause asthma, as well as allergic dermatitis. Toluene, it is used in polish and top and base coats so that it makes it easier to put the nail polish or coat on the nail. And toluene, it's a solvent that can be toxic to a developing fetus. And we know that neurologically, it can cause headaches. It can cause memory loss when you have long-term exposures. And it can also impair one's ability to learn.
You like me? How old is she? She's 4.
And then there's dibutyl phthalate. Dibutyl phthalate is used to prevent a polish from chipping, and that has been linked to adverse reproductive and developmental effects, particularly to the male reproductive system. And dibutyl phthalate has actually been banned in the European Union from cosmetics, which includes nail salon products.
The ordinance is particularly important given that nowadays teenagers and young children as young as 6 and 7 are regularly getting manis and pedis. We know that kids are even more vulnerable to the health impacts associated with the toxic trio.
Our role will be to work with our partners to determine what criteria make sense to recognize the businesses, to identify the safer alternatives, and to work with distributors so that the nail salons themselves have a much easier time identifying what they're calling 3 free products. Unfortunately, right now we're finding that it's not easy for a nail salon worker or even a resident like myself to go into a salon and find a 3 free product, even though they exist.
This is a program that would provide public acknowledgement of nail salons that use products that are free of the so-called toxic trio. The goal of this legislation is to encourage nail salon owners and technicians to become aware of the hazards posed by these ingredients. And obviously, I'm hoping that this is a first step. Ultimately, we want to see the manufacturers of these products reformulate their products and stop using these harmful chemicals.
Đây mình sảy, thực sự mình sảy hai lần rồi, xong em tiếc nuối lắm, cái tuổi của em á, chị thấy không? Có ngày một lớn, rồi mình không biết sức khỏe nữa. Xong mình mới về mình ở Việt Nam, thì đâu có mất thai trong một bên đâu, phải 1 tháng kháng được thôi. Em về Việt Nam cũng chưa 6 tháng rồi. Xong rồi em không biết, mà em thấy nó có đu lên nó nói, nó bị sình rồi. Em về xong rồi nhớ anh chưa em mệt quá, em thấy nó mệt quá thì đi nhà thương, đi cho bác sĩ khám nó đang ngưng rồi, đã mất 1 tuần nay rồi mà cô không biết. Và qua bữa sau là em lấy ra,
Giờ đến ở Việt Nam
lấy ra đưa nhà thương lớn, thì bác sĩ nói chắc là cũng không, nó mất rồi mà người ta biết một tuần. Tại con không biết. Con nếu mà em ở đây là em chết. Nó thúi rồi, bác sĩ nói nó phình to, nó bột. Nó ấy ra rồi. Tại nó hình thành rồi chị. 15 tuần. Mình khóc quá trời.
Good job. Oh, I love them.
Tomorrow, I'm graduating from middle school.
I just love them.
Em lucky because I have my husband, I have the kids, you know. Dạ, giống như mình khi em làm mệt á, xong em về em ôm đứa con mình, xong mình nghĩ mình phải có tiền, mình trả tiền nhà, mình có tiền mình cho con mình ăn học, cố gắng lắm vậy. Yeah, có đứa con ăn buổi á, yeah, I love her, yeah, I love her a lot, yeah. Nhầm khi em ôm con em á, xong em nhìn bàn thờ của má em á, xong em nhớ má em cực quá, tại vì nuôi tới 10 mấy đứa con, chị biết không, mình có một đứa. Ok,
6-7 tuổi là phải dậy sớm rồi. Theo má buôn bán má em cũng buôn bán mấy chục năm. Rồi đang học thì phải nghỉ ngang để phụ gia đình. Mình ở thành phố mà làm có điều kiện học.
Có nhiều lắm.
Má em buôn bán
Ba mũi trong nào?
phở đó gì? Dạ bán phở.
Ba mũi.
Bán được chắc cũng được 35 năm.
Bà đứng con, bây giờ bà đứng được.
Dạ bán phở một cái gian hàng thôi, một gian hàng thôi. Em gái của em nó nhỏ lắm, nó nhỏ hơn em 1 tuổi, là cô nãy. Nó nhỏ vậy nè, nó gánh á, em đằng sau nó đằng trước, xong lấy cái khăn á, nó xếp lại nó để lên, mình ginh mấy cái ghế á, đó rồi 3-4 giờ sáng, 3-4 giờ sáng là phải, thức khuya lắm, mưa nắng rồi cứ nít mà ở ngoài đường á. Rồi cứ nằm lấy cái ghế để dài đó, xong lạnh thì nằm co ro nè, lấy cái mành đó đắp lên, nghĩ lại khoảng thời gian đó ha, cực ha.
Chiến tranh này kia rồi
Khổ nhiều lắm chị ơi. Hay chi sau này mà mình thấy có điều kiện á thì quá mừng này, chứ mình đâu có nghĩ là mình sống ở đất nước này đâu, không bao giờ mình nghĩ mình ở đây nữa. Mình chỉ nghĩ là anh em mình ở bên đây có việc làm, công ăn việc làm, có gia đình làm mình mừng rồi, còn không nghĩ là mình sẽ sống được bên đây, không nghĩ tới, không nghĩ tới. Cái này là một cái giấc mơ thôi.
Xin hãy đến đây, tôi kể cho nghe câu chuyện về một người em gái xinh. Em là mùa xuân chín, trăng nụ cười tươi sáng. Em dạo dực nghìn năm trong mùa hạ tình yêu. Em nhìn tựa mưa thu, trao tình cùng cây lá, đong dành tặng riêng em những khát khao miên trường. Và xin hãy đến đây, tôi kể cho nghe câu chuyện về một người điên rất vui. Cô yêu từng hàng cây, trò chuyện cùng hòn đá. Cô mong làm mây bay, hoa kiếp thành con gió. Cô yêu bạn người dân, yêu thêm ngàn người điên, yêu tuổi trẻ bỏ hoang cùng kiếp sống ở
Luôn khu xét. Mấy hôm trước rồi qua xem cái xem ở trong cái CD hall ấy. Xem em.
Có hả?
Em biết rồi. Em với cái nhóm một số phụ nữ, một số người làm em với lại ở đó ấy.
Sao chị biết?
Quên mất, em hiểu không? Tiếc quá là em thông báo để bọn chị đi cùng với em.
Em nói chị nghe, mình nghĩ có gì đâu nói.
Nghĩ quá, bởi vì nó là một cái rất quan trọng. Nó là very important.
Mình sợ, tại có Mỹ Dung tội nghiệp lắm, em định nói rồi mà em sợ những khi cái lòng thì của mình muốn giúp, nhưng mà mình sợ là khi mình nói ra người ta nghĩ là giống như mình đến mình giúp người ta là mình show up. Chị biết không, em ngại là vậy đó. Dạ chị biết không, tại chi mình thấy ngại luôn, em không dám nói. Anh Triết hỏi có cần mấy chị không, sao em nói mình không biết đúng hay sai đó, xong Mỹ Dung. Dạ.
Hôm qua mới xem.
Vậy hả chị?
Em vào trong đây chủ nhật Sunday mới xem. Dạ, chủ nhật sẽ cho bọn em.
Dạ, cảm ơn chị nhiều. Thank you so much.
This ordinance is an easy way to make San Francisco nail salons safer for workers and patrons. You know, let's face it, a manicure is a luxury, and nobody wants to indulge himself or herself with a manicure at the expense of the health of someone else.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good morning. My name is Van Nguyễn, the owner of a New York nail salon in San Francisco. I am here today to support the ordinance. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Hồi hộp nữa. Yeah. Nhưng mà mình thấy mình vinh dự là mình có thể dự một cái buổi họp đó. Đó là lần đầu tiên trong đời em.
Em có viết nó có một số cái sản phẩm mà em có thể mua nó sạch, nó không có hóa chất, nó gọi là natural. Hay là nó gọi là nó có một số sản phẩm nó không có hóa chất nữa.
Cái đó rất là khó chị. Tại vì chị biết không, khi mình đến supply mình mua đồ á, thì hạt rất là nhiều loại, không phải là một loại, nhưng mà nhiều khi có những cái món rồi là người ta cũng giới thiệu ra, những người ta buôn bán nó có giới thiệu, nhưng mà như khu của mình đi, mình là mình là không dùng được cái đó, nó ngặt là một chế độ đó. Cái giá của mình nó như vậy, thì nếu mà giả sử nó không mắc hơn bao nhiêu đó, cho là 1/2 hay là 1/2, thì em nghĩ cái giá em cũng phải giữ vậy thôi. Tại vì mình làm là từ xưa tới giờ là cái giá nó không lên được, với khu em là khu bình dân.
How much for everything?
Yeah, the nail fill in $10, cut down $2, and for her tree $15. That's it.
Okay. And I'll get you the tip later.
Yeah, thank you.
Besides salon.
That's your question. How much is for a pedicure with 2 designs?
Yeah, I told you we do pedicure regular $14, and you do design $4 and up. You know, you do a line only $4.
Okay, he told me $6.
$6. Somebody they do the flower. You make flower $6. You do the line only $5, $4.
I like them human-like, okay?
I don't charge too much. Later I show you any design. You can pick the design over there on the table. Yeah.
I don't like looking like dragons.
Just line only $5, $4. You do flower $6.
From KQED News, I'm Cy Musiker. The San Francisco Board of Supervisors has given final approval to a new ordinance that encourages the city nail salons to use products that are safer for workers. The ordinance offers official city recognition to salons that stop using nail polishes containing formaldehyde and other toxic substances.
Thử coi, tại vì bổn phận của chị đó là tìm ra những thế mạnh và những thế nào chưa mạnh của Vân để tụi chị có thể support Vân, để Vân xứng đáng là một người đại diện cho cái chương trình nail salon, đại diện cho cái cộng đồng làm móng tay tại vùng Vịnh này.
Tại sao mình làm nghề nail? Mình phải tranh đấu cho mình. Thứ nhất là sức khỏe cho tất cả mọi người, và sau này nữa, chứ không phải riêng gì bây giờ. Thì em nghĩ, em nói thôi, giờ chính em nè, em không có tài ăn nói, em không có biết nhiều, nhưng mà tại sao mình không tìm hiểu? Không chị, em không mình phải tìm hiểu chứ. Thì thật sự thì trong khả năng của em, như hôm nay em đến đây em nói chuyện với chị, trong cái khả năng của em, trong trái tim của mình, trong sự suy nghĩ của mình, thì em biết gì em nói đó. Đó thì mình giúp cho một chữ ký của mình, một lời nói của mình, thì để cho tốt hơn nữa. Bây giờ em không đại diện cho ai hết, cho chính bản thân mình, cho những người anh em, nhất là những cộng đồng nhỏ của mình. Đó, người Việt Nam mình rất là nhiều. Em thấy chính em qua đây, tụi em không có điều kiện đi học chị. Em qua đây em học có được 1 vài tháng thôi. Ai cũng nỗ lực hết, người nào cũng nỗ lực, cũng mà giúp đỡ. Tuy là không biết là cái quá trình này nó đi tới đâu, nhưng mà thôi mình có thêm tiếng nói, có thêm một người để mà ủng hộ thì rất là đáng mừng.
Chị rất là cảm phục cái tinh thần của em, vì đây là lần đầu tiên mà chị nghe một người ở trong cộng đồng làm nail mà nói lên những cái lời tâm huyết này. Thực sự thì đó là cái tinh thần, nếu mà mọi người làm nail đều có cái tinh thần như em ấy, thì mình chỉ cần tranh đấu trong 1 vài tháng là mình đã thành công rồi. Nhưng mà cái khổ là mình chính là những người ở trong đó mà mình không cất lên tiếng nói mình quá yếu ớt thì ai thèm nghe. Trong khi những cái tụi mà mình cần chống là cái tụi manufacturer, là cái tụi sản xuất á, nó quá lớn và quá mạnh, nó phải nói là những cái thằng đại tư bản.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
Em chơi lóc nữa không?
the baby.
She got a picture of the baby? Did you see it? What did it look like?
Rất small. Very small.
Very small.
And very happy.
Did they tell you it's boy, girl?
We don't know. Yeah, they say 3 months. Yeah,
Then
5
you-
months. Yeah.
Then you can tell. Do you want to know?
I don't care, boy, girl, same.
Most people think that the government wouldn't allow manufacturers to use cancer-causing chemicals or chemicals that may cause birth defects and reproductive harm in cosmetics and salon products. At least we know that food and drugs must be proven safe before they are allowed for sale. But the harsh truth is that when it comes to the cosmetics, the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, has virtually no authority to regulate cosmetics or salon products. The implications for this lack of authority results in a system where it is perfectly legal for salon products and cosmetics to contain chemicals that can cause cancer, for example, and it also allows companies to keep the ingredients a secret by not listing them on a label. If a product is shown to harm human health or cause a severe reaction, the FDA has no authority to recall that product. Because manufacturers of salon products are not required to list the ingredients directly on the product label, salon workers often don't even know what they're being exposed to. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think it's acceptable for a manufacturer to use a cancer-causing chemical in a product that stylists and nail technicians are exposed to every day for long periods of time. But under the current law, it is, and that's why we need stronger legislation. I hope that when you hear the personal stories from Van, T, and Sophia today, that you'll take them to heart and think not only about what these products are doing to your own health, but to the health of salon workers across the nation. And I hope that the message you take away from today's briefing is that there is a solution.
Chị cũng được là mừng mình có cơ hội mình đến đây để mà mình được tiếp xúc rồi mình mới hiểu được cái giá trị cuộc sống, là mình thấy nó có ý nghĩa hơn. Giống như mình thấy là có mục đích á, hiểu không? Giá hay. Mình thấy mình như chị Quang mừng, chị Quang biết với Erika với Đai nè. Thật xưa chị nhút nhát lắm. Chị không có đi làm 9-10 năm trời nhưng mà không có tiếp xúc ở ngoài. Xong họ đến, xong bắt đầu mình cũng sợ, mình không có dạn dĩ, nhưng mình nghĩ tao quay phim mình, không mình thấy là mình giống như là quan trọng, anh hiểu không? Mình không có giống như sống với người thật, nhưng mà khi mình từ từ mình chị không hiểu chị không biết tiếng Anh nhiều, nhưng mà mình không biết đây làm sao, là khi mình tiếp xúc với họ, tuy rằng họ nói có những lúc mình không hiểu, không, nhưng mà mình thấy cái cách họ làm việc, xong mình thấy mình cảm thấy mình tự tin là một hai nữa họ, mình thấy là hay lắm kìa, không phải là mình nói là người ta nghĩ tới mình hay người ta làm cho mình một điều gì đó mà mình mang cái ơn, nhưng mà mình thấy họ rất là nice, họ hép, nhưng mà họ thấy cái công việc của họ thích, nhưng mà họ làm không phải là vì bản thân họ. Đó mình thấy mình ngộ lắm, hay chi giúp cho mình thêm tự tin. Hay chị mới đến tham dự, khi mà chị dự mấy cái cuộc họp mà chị nói bên Auckland đó, xong chị thấy mình phải giống như là phải dấn thân chút xíu, thấy không? Mình phải cởi mở, đó mình ra mình tiếp xúc rồi mình tìm hiểu thì tốt cho mình, cho mọi người.
Tôi bắt đầu làm việc như một người thợ làm móng tay ở một tiệm thẩm mỹ ở San Francisco. Đến năm 2003, tôi cùng chồng tôi mở một tiệm thẩm mỹ riêng. Chúng tôi làm việc ở tiệm 7 ngày một tuần, từ 10 giờ sáng đến 7 giờ tối.
I began working as a manicurist at a salon in San Francisco. In 2003, my husband and I opened our own salon.
Tôi rất vui để nói rằng tiệm chúng tôi rất bận rộn và có nhiều khách hàng thường xuyên. Một phần khác, tôi cũng buồn khi nói rằng tôi đang chịu những ảnh hưởng xấu từ các sản phẩm làm móng tay kể từ khi tôi còn học ở trường thẩm mỹ.
And by talking with staffers, hopefully we can get some interest from other Congress members who either weren't aware of the legislation from the previous session or weren't as supportive in the previous session, so that we can just, bolster up and build up that level of support by the Congress.
Kính chào cô, tôi là Vân Nguyễn, tôi từ Việt Nam đến Hoa Kỳ cùng với chồng là anh Triết năm 2000. Chúng tôi đến đây với một ước mơ xây dựng một cuộc sống tốt đẹp hơn, nhưng tôi không hề biết rằng tôi làm việc cùng những hóa chất độc hại.
Hi, my name is Dan Nguyen. I immigrated to the United States from Vietnam with my husband Trent in 2000. We came here with the dream of a better life, but little did I know that I would end up working with harmful chemicals.
Tôi hầu như bị đau đầu hàng ngày và đôi khi trong khi làm việc tôi ho mà không thể dừng lại được.
I have headaches every single day, and sometimes while working I start coughing so much that I cannot stop.
Tôi cảm thấy trí nhớ của mình nó mất dần. Tôi uống Tylenol hầu như hàng ngày để trị bệnh đau đầu và tôi cũng lo sợ nhất là làm sao để có bầu sanh đủ tháng. Tôi đã có 2 lần liên tiếp bị sảy thai. Tôi không biết nếu tôi sảy thai là do hóa chất hay không, nhưng tôi cũng nghe thấy rằng một số hóa chất trong sản phẩm làm móng tay có thể gây ra những vấn đề về sinh sản.
I have been experiencing memory loss and take Tylenol almost every day for my headaches. But I've been most concerned about how hard it's been to carry a pregnancy through term. Yeah. And a big concern for us every single day is that for hair and nail salon workers, we don't know how it impacts our kids, and sometimes it may be too late for us when we find out.
Xin này, thông qua luật lệ để sao cho mọi thẩm mỹ, mọi mỹ phẩm gồm cả những sản phẩm làm móng tay được an toàn trước khi được bán ra thị trường, để chúng tôi không còn phải làm việc trong nỗi sợ hãi nữa.
Please pass legislation so that all cosmetic products, including nail care products, are safe before they are sold to the public, so that I no longer have to work in fear.
Xin cảm ơn quý vị rất nhiều.
Thank you all very much.
I'm from the community, just like you guys. My parents came when I was young, and they have to do the same thing. They have to give up everything, and this is why it makes my work so much. This is, seeing you, hearing from you guys, the three of you, it makes a difference. My work, I get my pay or whatnot, but today, hearing from you worth much, much more than anything that I've ever worked for. So thank you for coming. And take care. I know it's hard having the baby. Be careful.
Yeah, yesterday we go around too much and hurt here.
Right.
Last time we met the doctor, he said because
The baby.
that one, yeah, I feel hurt here. Yeah, he said that okay, normal. Yeah, because I don't work too much.
You were so emotional and willing to be with people,
Dạ. Nó làm cho mọi người ấy.
I don't know là before I can control my
Your emotion?
Yeah.
Motion.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was good. Oh, because then you were just you. You were just being your
She
own
tell me,
self.
she tell me from when she talking, she thinking about for the child, the second child. We miss it.
Dạ bác sĩ nói baby ok baby khỏe lắm nó bình thường lắm chị, mừng là mọi thứ là ok hết rồi, mình nghe vậy là mình khỏe rồi. Trời chị ơi, mỗi lần đi khám vậy là mừng lắm chị. Yeah. Now I try for you. I put the natural color. That one.
Okay, but there's, you see the lines?
You see now, because your nail we did for you before already. Now you like this one. Next time they do more. I can take off because I take off again. You see the line same.
Right, but I don't want the lines.
Now you come here. You told me you just change your nail yellow. I take off the top already. Now we put again. We can do that anything because your nail we finished already before. Last time you come here, you do the full set. You come back, you complain. Your nail not nice. My friend,
yeah,
he
they're
do for
still
you.
not nice.
Yeah. Your friend, he do for you anything okay. You don't pay anything. You go today, you come here, you say your nail yellow. I help you.
And lifting. I called the guy.
Yeah, you call the guy. He did for you already. He did for you your nail already.
Right, and he's gonna keep doing them until they're right. Because I paid you money to do my nails right.
No. You come here, he fixed for you already. You don't pay anything because
because he messed up.
Yes, because you finished.
Because this acrylic is cheap. It's cheap.
No, it's only one here.
No, there's lines on all the ones that you fixed. I came here. I didn't go anywhere else.
Okay, but that's the guy do for you. I don't know how long you get the nail.
Chị nó muốn cái gì? Họ nó muốn cái gì? Hay gì làm chưa? Chị nó muốn cái gì? Nó muốn gì cho gỡ ra thôi chứ không có thể nào nào. Phải trả tiền này cho nó đi. Trả lại này cho nó đi.
Sorry. It's okay. How are you?
Bao nhiêu tiền 18 đồng?
Không biết.
Bao nhiêu vé vậy?
You're right. Oh, that's stressful.
It looks great in here.
Yeah.
When did you do this?
Yeah, last week. Yeah, after work, you know, we do that. Yeah, 4 days. we don't sleep. We finish 7 o'clock.
Oh my God.
One day we paint, and one day we change the carpet, and one more day we change the table.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna try and get you another 3D picture here too. Let's see. Oh, your baby's moving. Oh, look, look. Did you see? Your baby's got a little hand. I see a little finger, part of the nose, the chin, the ear, the baby's, you can see the baby's bottom. I can see a little bit of the boy parts down there too. And the little leg here.
Hát một Việt anh con nó hát tình.
Sure, sure.
Nhưng mà em bây giờ đang đợi để thử cái ổi luôn anh chị. Thử luôn, tại bác sĩ này có giải thích á. Thì nếu mà vậy thì làm luôn thể luôn chứ không thôi mình rồi hẹn lần nữa lâu không chứ. Có khách không? Anh ơi, cái khách đó nói nếu mà khách mà có muốn làm ai ra thì nó chắc ngày mai rồi nha. Tại vì làm sau 2 tiếng là không có thể làm được.
I'm gonna pull the needle out a little cramp.
Yeah, you okay? Are you supposed to work tomorrow? I think if you could stay home, it'd be much better. Because with your work, you have to sit down and get up and sit down and get up. I know you're working hard, so we'd rather that you didn't have to be moving around too much.
Nhưng mà mình may mắn thì không? May mắn mình có chút xíu trong thời gian này, nó đối với mình đâu có lại gì đâu chị Nhung, ha? Nó khỏe là mình mừng lắm rồi.
I just got a last minute interview, so I'm like, come on.
Nhiều khách từ họ không có việc làm ở gì, còn họ có việc làm không họ làm tay, làm chân, làm mắt này kia đó.
Xong mình cũng cầu cho họ có việc làm, khi họ đến lần sau họ đến á, họ nói tao làm đẹp vậy em đi ra xin việc làm, có việc làm thì thấy họ vui, cũng vui. Nhiều người mất việc lắm. Khi để chữa thì biết không, em muốn nghỉ á, một người mình mệt chứ, họ cứ nghỉ xong nghỉ tới khách mình kiếm thì khó, mà họ đi thì dễ lắm. Tại họ đến chỗ khác họ try thử á, họ try thử thấy được là họ không có con thì cũng cái buồn cái khác ha, có con giờ lo á chị, cũng hơi lo.
So are you gonna go away for a little while after the baby?
Có nghỉ ngơi, anh ở ăn ngủ một week.
1 week, and then you coming back here? No, no.
I don't go too much.
I won't let you in. I'm gonna block the door. No. Can't come in. You gotta stay with the baby for a little while. Yeah. At least a month. Your husband can handle it.
You know, I'm lucky because my sister had me.
Your sister's gonna come here?
Yeah, she live in a silver. She had me take care. Happy with the baby.
Oh, with the baby?
Yeah.
But it's not like the mommy. You always supposed to, even at a job, they give you like a month or more to bond with your baby.
I know. Yeah.
Your husband can handle it. Trust him. He can do it. He's done.
Mình không cực, mình không phải sợ là mình mang bầu, mà mình cái tâm lý của mình á, em sợ những mấy tháng đầu tiên vậy á, nó nặng nề thôi. Thì mình bây giờ tại sao khi mình đếm từng ngày chứ không sinh xong với người, do hay đứa này á, mình sợ mình bị tâm lý thôi. Hay chị em tụi em đứa này em có hay cái đấy mình mừng, nhưng mà mình không biết nó giống như đứa kia hay không. Tại đứa thứ ba cũng vậy, thứ ba nó cũng ra bây giờ hai bữa nay mình cũng khó. Cái đó nó chạy ra từng chút gần 2 tuần ngưng luôn. Nằm ở dưới này chi nó làm cho mình đè bụng đáy ha. So feel pressure down.
Yes, I have this.
Wanted to work today.
She would work every day.
She wants to work every day?
Well, if we have 8 days a week, she work 8 days. Yeah.
Thao không chuẩn bị trước phải không? Thao đau bụng đi thôi, còn vậy thôi, trời mình cứ hồi hộp nó sao? Hình như có chuẩn bị kỳ quá. Dạ. Bye bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye chị Nhung, bye Đai Thà.
Bye. See you.
Dạ chào. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.
No, early morning, about 10 o'clock. She didn't help me. I sleep. She called me wake up about 4 o'clock.
I wait until this contraction over. And I'm gonna give it to her.
Nên là
Yeah.
So we'll have you bring your mask up as we go into the door. Have a visitor coming over.
7 and 15. One more 8 pounds.
Which way you want his head? This way?
This way,
That
yeah.
way, okay.
Uh-oh.
You want to sit here? Closer to mommy?
Đó là gặp chị hai ha. Chị Dâm đang đợi con đó. Đến gặp mẹ mở mắt nhìn mẹ đi. Mẹ lên tiếng đi. Mở mắt nhìn mẹ đi.
Did you want that? Yeah. I'll take
Với mẹ đó. Da nó trắng, đỏ là trắng.
Welcome, everyone. And again, thank you so much to the filmmakers of the Painted Nails documentary for allowing us to, the Vietnamese American Roundtable and the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative to screen this documentary and have this discussion following the end of the documentary tonight. We just closed out APA Heritage and History Month, and with this collaboration between VAR and the CA Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative, we wanted to make sure that talking about issues that impact our friends, our family members, AAPI communities doesn't end as the month of May ends, right? We also want to acknowledge that June is the beginning of LGBTQ month. And as we continue to work through what life is going to look like in a post-pandemic world, we want to be able to have VAR on air discussions on issues and topics that allow us to think differently about how we're going to adjust to what the world is going to look like and what our worlds are going to look like and how we can practice this activism and advocacy in our communities. Today, for VAR on air, and as we wrap up the documentary screening, I want to welcome Antony Nguyen from the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative. Angie will also be joining us in a little bit. But until then, Antony, welcome to VAR on Air, and thank you so much for joining us. A little bit about Tony. Antony is a program coordinator for the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative. He's a community activist, Vietnamese community activist, who has worked over 20 years with diverse communities and cultures as a social worker, outreach worker, case manager, consultant, interpreter, business analyst, and community development manager. And I also know that you're an MC, Antony, but welcome if you would like to say some words to our audience.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Chido and Philip, to allow me to come to the show today. And I just watching the film, and that really moved me a lot, because that's why our passion about. I mean, we really want to do that. Okay, I am the project coordinator for California Healthy Nail Salon Collab. To improve the health and safety and right of the nail and beauty care workforce for achieve a healthy and more, like for all the worker and the owner. And then what we do mostly we do movement building and civic engagement and outreach education. That's what we do. Yeah. And thank you again. Yeah.
Oh wow! Hello Anne, hello everyone. I'm supposed to be here to translate, but you got it. I don't think I'll need it. But
I think I need you, but I think it's good for me to just speak one language.
You're perfect, okay. Anne.
Okay,
so if you want to say something in Vietnamese and like want me to remind you a couple English words, let me know. Yeah, thank you, Anne. Go ahead, Philip.
Okay, trước tiên thì tôi xin cảm ơn chương trình đã cho Tony được nói chuyện, được chia sẻ một số những cái vấn đề, một số cái việc làm của California Healthy Nail Salon. Thì cũng như là quý vị cũng biết là ở California Healthy Nail thì đã được thành hình trong gần 20 năm nay để giúp đỡ cho tất cả các chị em phụ nữ và nam giới, những người làm việc trong ngành thẩm mỹ móng tay cũng như là về tóc trong suốt thời gian vừa qua. Thì công việc của chúng tôi là cũng giúp đỡ cho tất cả các chị em có một cái ngành nghề nó vững vàng và cải tiến cho một cái ngành nghề nó phải nói sự công nhận của chính quyền địa phương cũng như là của chính phủ. Cũng như chúng tôi đã giúp đỡ cho rất nhiều các tiệm nail về cách giúp đỡ làm sao để cho họ giữ một cách những cái điều lệ, cũng như là giữ cho những cái sản phẩm họ mua, họ lựa chọn và giúp đỡ cho họ trong một cái nơi chốn họ làm việc một cách rất là an toàn. Dạ vâng.
Great. Thank you so much, Antony, and welcome, G, to VAR on Air. I just want to really quickly, again, we have, we're really grateful to have the filmmakers in the Facebook comments with us. So to Erica and Diane, thank you again so much. We're so excited to have you as a part of our conversation. And I want to just let everyone know who's watching out there that you can visit paintednailsmovie.com to learn more about, the bills, about Vung's life and her family, and about what you can do to stay involved and be participating in this advocacy for our communities, right? My first question for us and Antony is, this film was made in 2015, right? Which is
Okay.
about 5-6 years ago, and
Mhm.
and since then we've experienced so much, and I mean even just in this past year and a half we've experienced so much. But you know, what are some of your initial reactions to the film? What's been heartbreaking? What's different? And you know, how do we see these issues still relevant today?
Okay, yeah, gần đây thì chúng ta cũng được biết là qua cái nạn đại dịch của Covid-19 thì nó đã thay đổi cái bộ mặt của tất cả những người làm về 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 ngành và nó thẩm mỹ móng tay. Thì chúng ta đã nhìn thấy họ trước kia thì họ đã cố gắng họ giúp để họ đã có sự cải tiến rất là nhiều trong suốt thời gian trước, nhưng mà sau khi đại dịch pandemic mà xảy ra của Covid-19 thì chúng ta, những người làm việc về ngành móng tay thì họ phải được một cách là bảo quản một cách nó tuyệt đối và rất là nhiều hơn. Thì công việc của chúng tôi là giúp đỡ cho các chị em phụ nữ, anh em phụ nữ làm việc trong các ngành nghề nail đó, thì họ được sự bảo quản đó bằng những phương pháp như là chúng tôi đã thực hiện rất nhiều những cái những cuốn video để giúp đỡ cho anh chị em, để giúp đỡ trong làm việc trong đó, biết cách nào để mình có thể mình giữ an toàn cho chủ nhân, cho nhân viên cũng như cho những khách hàng trong đó. Và chúng tôi một mặt chúng tôi có những cái workshop on Zoom chẳng hạn như vậy, thì để cho các anh chị em trong thời gian đại dịch này không đến gặp trực tiếp chúng tôi có thể tham gia những cái buổi nói chuyện đó. Và gần đây nhất chúng tôi có những cái buổi gọi là training qua Zoom, thì cũng tham dự rất là nhiều, trên 300 người đã tham dự và đã theo dõi cái buổi đó để tìm hiểu đó. Thì first of all, I want to say like the picture of the nail worker, I mean, that really changed for last year, over a year now, because we see that the pandemic and the job, you know, that's really different than before. Even we can see that like a nail salon, we have to be close to the customer, hand on hand. So that's very the most difficult for the nail worker, nail owner to continue to do the same kind of job during the last 14 months. So I think we asked the coordinator, we try to give them all information they can get, like the video, the guideline. We continue to do outreach to helping them to create the safety environment, and also to helping them to continue to come back to work. So you guys can see that they did come back to work for the last couple of weeks, and they really happy and they're really great to come back to work and continue to do that.
Right. Thanks so much, Antoni. I think, you know, as you're talking about what it means to be the work that the Nail Salon Collaborative does, right, to try and encourage and provide a safe environment. I think the idea of what a safe environment looks like has changed, right, through the COVID-19 pandemic, and also as we've approached this. I mean, we've seen this rampant rise in anti-AAPI hate and violence too, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, could you talk a little bit about what kinds of workshops that you do for the nail salon workers? How do you mobilize a collaborative? Like, I know that you all the collaborative also did a lot of work in with Vung, right, to get her to speak in front of the council members, right, and to share her story and to go to the Capitol. What has that capacity building and advocacy building, leadership building look like?
I think that's important. So first of all, I think the question you asked me about the bill, we try to push the bill out there, and we continue to campaign that. The two bill we continue to do that. Can I just go back a little bit? The AB 401, that the bill we continue to helping the nail worker and nail owner to do that. That the bill to make sure all the nail worker and nail owner during the pandemic they can get the benefit, get the support during that. And you guys all know that because most of the nail salon, they out of work during the whole 14 months, so they have to very struggle to find a job then, and also they very struggle to really fill out the form, the application on the online. Mostly they only have English and Spanish. So we are the part of we helping them. We very proud to helping over 300 nail workers to get the UI employment. So that the when we try to push that, so continue we have that in future. They will have that in the Vietnamese. So the people don't have to struggle during if they don't meet us, like they still struggle to find the benefit, UI and the loan. So all that in English. So we try to push the AB41. So in the future they will have to be in Vietnamese. The second bill we want to talking about that the SB65. I think that the one we try to helping the woman, people of color. We all know that the different than the women of color, the people on Caucasian when they go to hospital without the language, the issue. I think that's very difficult, and we can see a lot of harm during the woman, like the people of color. They have a very difficult to communication to the doctor. So we try to helping the bill SB65 to pass it, so they can hire more like Asian doctor and Asian like nurse, so they can helping specific for Vietnamese. So that's the two bill we continue to do that. And I think the question you want to ask about like
the AAPI hate and violence and what we're seeing. Yeah.
I think we're talking about that a lot during the workshop and the audit, because they all feeling like they all scared, and we make sure they safe, and by we talk to them, we invite all the mental health worker and professional, and we make sure we give them all the technique they can use it, like self-defense, and also we make sure we give them all the packet or the safe kit, so they can use that during the time now. And I think we all have to be struggle right now, especially in the Oakland and Alameda where we're working. A lot happen right day by day. We see a lot of people like elderly people or women get harassment, get beat up, all kind of stuff. So we make sure all the information, we translate all of that. We make sure we all receive that, and on that person. And I think that the thing we try to do the best to keep them safe and keep them be ready. And they need to report all the things they need to do. And we even do a lot of survey. We make sure they are okay, and we find out every single incident. So make sure we report that to police. I think that's what we do.
Right. Thanks, Anthony. And I think, I mean, as you're talking about the different bills that you're working on, and what has really been what have been pressing issues for women, particularly women and women and the elderly, right? We know that inequity and injustice, as we also saw during the Atlanta shootings, right, is an intersectional issue, right? It's not just Asians that are being targeted, but we know that Stop AAPI Hate has reported that over 60% of the hate incidents reported are against Asian women. And I think it's very heartbreaking. I mean, to watch this documentary and to know that it's the chemicals in the tools that they're using in the nail salons that are putting our family and friends at risk. And now it's also that, just because of how they look and because of this perception of who Asian American women are, there's a target on them, right?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, like during the audit, sometimes we talking to the nail worker, even the nail owner. We can share like few incidents, like people walk in there without the mask. They say, "Oh, I don't need to wear the mask, and I have the asthma." I think for them, like to feel like just like look in the Asian, like we all nightly we can we can get away with that because like I walk I can go in there and I can ask. Oh, I need to speak with. I need someone to helping me with my nail, but I need someone speak English fluently. I think that's something like that, and that happened a lot during pandemic, during even before and after. I think even we see more right now. A lot of people like they left without the pay, or they calling. They said make sure I have someone to helping me make sure I don't wear the mask. The mask really, I mean, like big problem during a pandemic. Even now, I think that we make sure we give them the right tip they can say when the person walk in there and ask them like I forget my mask or I don't want to wear the mask. So just like that, you see that happen a lot lately during the time. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Anthony. And I also wanted to, if you wanted to dịch lại qua tiếng Việt để cho những khán giả.
Thì gần đây chúng ta thì cảm ơn Philip đã hỏi một cái câu rất là phải nói là nó hơi nhạy cảm, nhưng mà nó đã xảy ra rất nhiều trong cái thời gian về vừa qua trong cái ngành nghề nail. Thì thế nào anh chị em đã làm trong ngành nail cũng đã biết là rất nhiều những người không phải là da màu thì họ bước vào trong một cái tiệm nail thì họ cũng có cái thái độ gọi là không có tôn trọng cái người Á Châu mình, và đặc biệt những người Việt Nam của mình. Thì mình cũng biết là đa số người Việt Nam mình để làm cái ngành nghề này rất là nhiều. Đôi khi mình không có để ý đến vấn đề là những cái người đó họ đối xử hoặc là cái cách nhìn nhận của họ với mình đó, nó tương đối nó khác rất là nhiều. Ví dụ họ vô nói tôi không muốn đeo khẩu trang tại vì thế kia. Mặc dù là mình hiểu người đó có thể đeo khẩu trang, nhưng hoặc là họ vô đó họ cầm một cái phone họ nói chuyện một cách lớn tiếng, hoặc là họ kéo cái khăn khẩu trang xuống, hoặc là hoặc là bước vô trong cái tiệm họ nói tôi muốn gặp một người nào worker ở đây phải nói tiếng Anh rành với tôi, tại vì tôi không thích người nói tiếng Anh, nói tiếng Việt, không biết tiếng Anh. Đại khái có cái đó là những cái câu chuyện nó xảy ra rất là thường xuyên, xảy ra trong cái ngành nghề nail, một cái ngành nghề mà nói là rất là phổ thông trong cộng đồng người Việt Nam.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Anthony, for that. I think, what we're seeing is very tragic, and I think because there are so many Vietnamese people in the nail salon industry, in the workforce that are on the front lines, right? We have to think about both environmental justice and environmental health, as well as racial justice and racial equity and racial solidarity work, right? Because there's a lot of healing that needs to be done, right? I think one of the things that I took away from the documentary was that, in the Bay Area, in the different nail salons that were highlighted, the different nail salon technicians, I mean, they're in very multiracial settings, right? There are people from all walks of life. There are people from all different classes, right? All different areas, walks of the world. And so, thinking about how, I think also culturally our implicit biases, right? We know that it's also been over a year since the murder of George Floyd. And when we began to have these, when we started talking about anti-Blackness and Black Lives Matter and what that looks like in a Vietnamese American context, sometimes it's difficult to reconcile, right? Because we don't see each other eye to eye all the time. And, as much as we have a target on our backs, we know that we bring in our own implicit biases to our workplace, right? This fear that we feel, and the way in which we understand what our lives are like in the United States, and where our oppressions have been, right, since we came here as refugees, oftentimes intersects also with the experiences of other people of color in the United States, right? And that, I think, happens on the front line in the nail salon, right? So I think as we're also thinking about what we need to work on in a post-pandemic world, we're also thinking about what the industry is going to look like, right? Or what just the nail salon is going to look like, especially because race is such an issue now, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I totally agree with that. I mean, race. Just thinking back to like a year and a half ago. I mean, we don't really talking much about the racism. I think now we start talking more, and I mean we all like been to the year and a half, really like feel very long time. We just lost totally like over a year now. Like, we thinking back about like 3-4 months ago, before election. I mean that just really like down. I mean just every single person. I mean especially the people now worker. I mean they the most struggle during that pandemic. Just think about the worker, think about the owner, the small business. They really like I amazing for me to look at them like day by day and month by month, but it's still going on. Uh, so that kind of understand that. But we talking about racism now. We see that happen every single day during the the time pandemic. We can see that more. Like 200-300, not like hurt about 150% more, something like that. Special New York City and Bay Area. So that's sad to see that. But also we sometimes we just our job. We just go out to give them the right answer, the real information, because so much out there. We missing a lot of misinformation, disinformation. I mean, especially in the Vietnamese community, we see that happen every single day. I think our job so important to go out to make sure they understand that how we can treat all the race, like we want them to treat us. I think that's important to see that. Or you can see like one of the black people doing that kind of stuff. Oh, and all black people, that no, that's not true. Just like Vietnamese people, same thing. If we see the Vietnam people, do the bad thing, they say, oh, that all Vietnam people do that. So we just try to really to educate all the members, all the people working in our salon, and why, how we get here, United States. I mean, we all like united. We all like try to work it out. I think that maybe take maybe for a while, but you mean that, but I think the pandemic also bring out the good one. Like we start working now, because the risk is always there. I mean, for like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they still there. But now the time we see that in black and white. I think that's why I'm sick.
Right. Thank you, Anthony, for that insight. And I think it's really incredible. I mean, this, and I want to say to everyone that's watching this conversation, this documentary screening, is part of a longer term collaboration that the Vietnamese American Roundtable and the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative are working on, as we try to address these, not only these environmental injustices, but these racial injustices that have come up, particularly within the Vietnamese American nail salon industry, in the Bay and across the state of California. I want to also share that we are going to be releasing soon an art contest, a nail salon art contest, themed around strength, safety, and solidarity, right? These things that we've been talking about here in this discussion. And as we think about anti-Asian racism and violence, we become concerned, right? Because it's our most vulnerable community members who are at risk, right? It's those nail salon technicians, the workers, our friends and family members, right? And as we reflect upon our history as a resilient people, as people of refugee immigrant descent, we want to think about how we work towards solidarity, empowerment, and healing, right? We want to ask ourselves, how do we envision the nail salon as a space for community care as we're caring for each other, right? And as well as safety, and how can the nail salon be a space to build racial healing? So we're going to be releasing this art contest this week. We'll also add the eligibility and contest rules there, but generally speaking, what we're trying to do, and I think Antonia, you alluded to this, right, is that we're doing a lot of work now on Zoom. Well, we've been doing work on Zoom. It's a lot about the process of education and about learning about what these injustices are and unlearning a lot of the biases that we carry. And now I think through this vehicle of art, we're going to do our best for the winners of this contest. Along the theme of racial justice, healing, and solidarity, we're going to try and create merchandise, right? To create marketing, promotional materials, and the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative has done this before, and showcase those works of art around strength, safety, and solidarity in the nail salons themselves, right? So that the nail salon technicians, the workers, people that come into the nail salon, the customers, they know that if they're a part of the collaborative, if they're featuring this art, right, that they're a part of the movement as well towards solidarity, healing, and racial justice.
That's great. Thank you. Yeah.
And I mean, Antoni, I want to pass it back to you because we have a couple questions from the audience, but
Sure.
you know, you've been in the game for a long time, right? And you've been doing this work, this advocacy work, and you know, I know that you also have a Vietnamese TV show, but you know, what motivates you to do this work? Like, what has been your origin story, and you know, where do you see your role in the community? Like, why is community so important to you?
I know. I mean, as a Vietnamese, I mean, like I'm always see myself the activist. You know, like grow up in Vietnam. Then I came here when I'm adult. So I think I see that. I see the different than the United States and I see in Vietnam. I mean, grow up in Vietnam, I see that a lot of things like I want to change. But you know, like with me, like when I come to United States, I said, okay, I can change it. I mean, I for me, I don't see the one people cannot change. I see everyone can change it. But first of all, they change by themselves and they change the community. So I think that's why when I start working become the social worker during like 90 and SIV, that's a big part of that. And I start working with a lot of different part of the community, like a woman, a teen, and working with a woman massage parlor. I mean, I start working to a different, like the target group. I mean, just those group a lot. Sometimes we feel that we missing, we forgot that. So I think that I'm always trying to find some part of the community. I think that kind like challenge for me, and I love challenge. I love to working with them. I love to really be there and understand what they need, and I can be the voice for them. I can be like I can be like help them to live up and work. You're like that's just so difficult. If you come to United States and you don't get you don't speak English well and you don't really have any skill, that's very difficult. So I think that's the part for me, and I see the racial lately now, and that's what make me very upset. Just like I see like a sick Asian woman get shot in Atlanta, and that really for me, like I feel like we keep continue to do this kind of job. I think that motivation me like keep doing that, and think that's why I've done that for like 30 years now. So I mean, I don't see the end now. Even now we see more and more, and that's what keep continue for me to do this kind of work.
And I think that's really incredible. Before I pass it back to you, Antoni, to Yit Lai Wa Lang Ting Ye, I mean, you've been doing this work for longer than I've been alive. So just to put it in some perspective.
Thank you. Yeah. Also, I'm also the host for a TV talk show in KTSF, Channel 26 in Bay Area. So I think I done that start from 1996. I think that's a show for helping for non-profit. And we do a lot of different issues. I think all the issues I can pick that up like we mentioned about this one, like LGBTQ. We're talking about that, and that's something very new to community. And even talking about like the mental health. We talk about the gambling addiction. I mean, domestic violence. I mean, that's a lot of things. Even we are Vietnamese, we're not really talking much about that. We sometimes we just don't want to bring that up because that's a very sensitive subject.
It's taboo,
to talk
right?
About. A taboo, total taboo. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes, there's so much. I mean, I think it's a lot. It's a lot because I think our Vietnamese American community is so particular. It's so specific, but there's so much diversity and so much nuance and so much multiplicity to who we are. And that's also not to say that, you know, like as for a lot of us who came as refugees, it's us, the children of refugees, right? Like I know myself, and Vo, who's also part of the Nail Salon Collaborative, right? We think about these, I mean, you know, it's these the nail salon technicians, right? I think the people that are gong lung, right, breaking their back
Exactly.
to like provide
Yeah.
us a better future, right? It's those people who are our mothers, our aunts, our grandmothers, the people who are taking care of us, and you know, it's not, we don't want to take that for granted, right? And we definitely, you know, having you here tonight, Antoni, to talk about your experience and to share your insights into, you know, the documentary that we just watched. You know, thank you, right, for your working in the community, and thank you for what you do.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I just want to go back to a little bit. Like, you know, we see that in California we have about 200,000 people into the uh, I mean 130,000 people into the nail salon. I mean, like, you know, you just see the income they get, and they only get, like, you know, like the person get, you know, the most high, about 23,000 yearly income. So I think that not that much. You know, they still very struggle to survive it. I think that's the thing. Just, you know, we continue to really helping them to get to give them the different level, the maybe next level. You can get more like benefit, we get more like the sick leave, we get more like, you know, like all uh, the benefit they get from the nail worker, because most of them they don't have the benefit, they don't not even have the insurance. uh, and that really struggled. And most of them, we all know that they have young children, and some people even are pregnant. So so that's really difficult. I think that's the thing we sometimes we forgot how struggle we all the people come here lately, and they're working for that nail salon. We just think that like, oh, they oh, that easy job, that's not easy. And we all share that, and that really um, we need to speak up, and we need to change the system, and we need to change um, um, the vision. We can see that in the future, not a minimum wage. I mean, some people working 10 hours or 12 hours and make $100. That's not right. I mean, that's the thing we not should not right.
Right. And for you know, 10, 12, 14 more hours a day, right?
Yeah.
And I think, Antoni, as you're talking about the next generation, what we do and how we think about the narrative and experiences of nail salon technicians, I want to quickly bring up, before we bring back up Angie to wrap us up and do some announcements, the National Poet Laureate Alexandra Huynh recently, and thank you to Goia in the chat who brought this up, but she has a poem that's about the experience of being a nail salon child. So if you wouldn't mind, I'll bring it up right now. And, you know, I think it speaks a lot to our conversation tonight. And I think it's, you know, as we think about the Painted Nails documentary that was, you know, made in 2015 and where we see ourselves now 6 years after, post-pandemic, and creating and imagining a better future for ourselves, I think she speaks, you know, very beautifully to that experience.
Yep.
Welcome to the nail shop. The service never fails. Bring your business and we promise to leave you with fine nails. Allow me to take you around. I may not work at the nail shop, but I have witnessed it. Seen how my auntie's fingerprints have become worn away in acetone in exchange for your pristine hands that look like they've never done a day's work, but that's how you like it. Leave the dirty work for the cleaning ladies. They already fling around broken china with their tongues, ought to learn how to pick up after themselves. Con gái này có mũi giống heo. It sounds foreign, so assume the worst and sit satiated knowing their living sits comfortably in your purse. Would you like a demonstration? Here they are. Take your pick of nail color and woman, all named Julie, Jennifer, and Jessica, just for your convenience. Watch as they handle white hands like they tend to God himself. Construct temples out of rhinestone, plastic stardust, and whatever else is selected from that colossal shelf that spans across entire walls of the salon and says, here, for you. Pick color, I make happen. Pick color, I make beautiful. It still amazes me how they manage to maintain such brilliant enthusiasm even in fractional English. even as the greeting bells' incessant whine and the heat of bodies fill the room, and the soaked cotton balls and waste bins taint everything with lacquered fumes, and the patrons get more vicious as day bleeds into afternoon, and the head begins to hammer and hammer and hurt amidst the hurricane of noise with their inflatable feet and soggy hands as warning signs of natural disaster. But the only statement they manage to issue is, "Cash, please. Thank you. Come again." I once asked my mother why so many Vietnamese women became nail technicians, and she told me, "It is because we are a hardworking people, a detailed people who know how to make things beautiful." And I wanted to tell her, yes, but we are sometimes a soft-spoken people, a shipwrecked people who learn to take shelter and weather the storm even after the sun had come out. I can never forget this instinct, plastered firmly onto my soul and sealed in by the kind of glue that holds entire generations together. My hands, too, will become calloused, veins branching along my skin like the waterways of my motherland from years of labor. I, too, will learn to build temples, but only to my own God.
Whew. Thank you. I mean, shout outs again to our national poet laureate, Alexandra Quinn, who I believe is from Sacramento, California, and I think she's 18, 18 or 19. So, I mean, this is what, thinking about your 30 years of work, Antoni, right? And where we're ending up now and how we're using our voices to advocate for issues that impact not only us, but our communities, our families. I want to just thank you on behalf of the Vietnamese American Roundtable for joining us tonight. Thank you again to Diane, Erica, and Jinyoung, who put the Painted Nails documentary together and allowed us to use their work as the foundation for this conversation tonight. And before I bring back on G for the closeout announcements, Antoni, we have a question from Kang, who asks, how can we help support your work?
Okay, I think important. I think we keep continue to helping the nail industry. That I think we all say that today, and that important. And I think share the information, idea, and maybe help and support to build a healthy and in the nail industry. And just I think important just what I think like warning them the misinformation and disinformation. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think also take care of them. I mean that just encourage them to be safe at work. I mean like we all have the relative. I think important take care for them and the customer. I think that's only thing I want to share that.
Great, thank you, Antoni. Yeah. And for more information about the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative, please visit cahealthynailsalons.org, and we will drop that in the chat. Welcome back, Jay.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Antoni. Great presentation.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you, Jay.
Since we're still talking about protecting workers, I want to highlight another organization that VAR is working with. Is the County of Santa Clara Office of Labor Standard Enforcement. So if if any of the nail workers out there, you need someone to be on your side, you have the Healthy Nail Salon. You also have the Office of Labor Standard Enforcement. So I'm going to share the number. This is a free number. It's the 1-800-866-870-7725. So you have attorneys speaking Vietnamese, Tagalog, English, Mandarin, answering the phone, and you need any advice, any question, any concern with your workplace, give them a call. They're on your side, so they're there to protect the workers. So you can either call the Healthy Nail Salon or you can call this number. If you work for any other organization, you can also call this number. And I mean any other field, not necessary with nails. So that's the first thing we want to highlight. And before we end today's program, we want to shout out a few of our upcoming events. Next VAR on Air is going to be about preparing workers for post-COVID work environment. We think that this is going to be a very important topic. So some of you might know June 15 or 16 or around there, mid of June, Santa Clara County will be fully reopened. So COVID-19, all the pandemic protocols are going to be not in place anymore. We're gonna go back to the old normal. So you're gonna have to prepare yourself. What's still in place, what you need to know. So we have Betty Young, she's from the County of Santa Clara, and then Ruth, and we are employment law attorneys. So they're gonna give a presentation about what you need to know going back to work. And last but certainly not least, we have our SEED summer program. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so we're also going to share this quick link. The SEED is a program that I think this has been our 4th year doing SEED. So, you know, it's a summer program that aims to the students, and with the nail salon and with there's a lot of issue in our communities, and we want to empower our students with the power to solve these issues. So if you any students out there seeing issues in the community and you want to take action, you want to learn how to organize, how to put together programs or projects, come to check us out. Yeah, check us out. We have a pretty good program that has been developed over the year, and application is open right now. So the link is bit.ly/SEED, and we're gonna share it in the chat. Yep.
Yeah, and you know, the California Healthy Nail Salon Collaborative will also be doing a workshop with us on how people can advocate for different issues that are pertinent to their lives, right? For example, the nail salon community. So please, you know, register for our SEED, Student Engagement Education for Development and Success program. We take any youth from ages 14 to 24, high school and college age, and the program will be beginning on June 19th, Saturday morning, and then wrap up on Saturday, August 8th with a community showcase that everyone will be welcome to. And everything will be, we'll follow the CDC guidelines and County of Santa Clara's guidelines for having in-person events. Okay, back to you, G.
I think that's all the important announcement. Thank you, Tony, and thank you, Philip, for the great program. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. And have a good evening.
Have a great evening. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Anthony.